This time on Kawaii-Fi Radio, we insult anime characters.
He's not a hero and he's not really the lead.
No.
He's just kind of there.
Kyle is still tired after the house move. The rest of the team are pulling weight here. Now put that down.
Aw.
Tifa's flexing.
Yeah, look, if anyone's going to pull weight, it's Tifa. She got them gains.
She got them gains. And Kiralee volunteers to be the next Saint Seiya villain.
Well, still, sometimes, you meet someone and you're like, I don't like you. I really don't like you.
I'm going to turn into a cyborg and murder you.
Ava launch!
Tetsuo! Kaneda!
Oni-chan?
It's over 9,000! Nani?
Configure the language logic interface for Japanese.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi Radio!
Konnichiwa and welcome. You tune into Kawaii-Fi Radio, the podcast who dive into the world of anime and manga. I'm Kyle, and joining me are my co-hosts, Aaron, Kiralee, and Tifa. And we're back!
Huh?
Yeah, we're back. We had a nice little, month-long break?
Yeah, break.
Some longer.
Break, that's definitely
sorry.
we would love to say Kenny's here as well, but we have no idea where Kenny is.
Konnichiwa.
Kenichi, what's up?
You've been spending too
Anyway.
much time with Prince.
You kill it, have. This episode, it is our first episode back. We are in the new studio. It is not 100% finished yet, but we will be sharing pictures and we'll be doing a live stream once it eventually is.
Including Fortnite Naruto.
We already did that.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't on this channel, it was on Tifa's channel, but
Yes.
we did it. So this episode, we decided to just be a bit weird, and we decided Saint Seiya, the Knights of the Zodiac live-action film released this year, is now on home media. So let's see how bad it
Yay.
is. And it's not great. So anyway, that's what we're talking about this episode, because Saint Seiya does have quite a long history in the anime manga industry. And it's interesting to see, once again, another live action done by the US kind of missed the mark a bit.
What's new?
Yeah. I know.
Show me a good American live action of an anime. Show me.
Fist of the North Star.
What?
Yep, there is a Fist of the North Star live action from the 80s. And it's only good because Malcolm McDowell's in it and he goes absolutely insane.
Can we do the episode on that instead? Can we go watch that and come back?
Look, we've actually already done an episode on touching on it, but I think we should do a full episode on it, do like a live watch of it.
A live watch of it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't just do another live action episode. We'll bring in a live action.
Yeah, but I mean, there's only so many. Can't, drain the pool too quickly.
Unless you want to give someone brain damage.
Anyway, if you're new to the podcast, welcome.
We're talking about brain damage.
This is a totally normal episode, so let's get stuck in with what we've been watching.
I have no idea how old I am or where I came from.
Nani? Ohio?
Hang time! I gotta go!
I have to know. Hooray! I did the thing. Doo-doo-doo.
Oni-chan, nani wo miru? What we're watching. What are you doing, Aaron?
I've got brain damage, okay?
You probably couldn't hear it, but during the little break, he's sitting there going clock, clock, clock on his head as if there's nothing in there. He's like, brain
What do you mean, as if?
Anyway, let's talk about what we've been watching. We've had a little while to go and watch our own stuff. It's been a while this season. I think we've been last on air technically. It's a while.
We're mostly on land, though.
It was a good 4 weeks ago when we did the initial recording for the season preview.
Oh, yeah.
And then that
And then had the
died.
whoopsie.
Yeah, and then had to redo it. Hopefully this one don't flip and whoopsie on me. I should have probably checked that before we started. Oh, well.
I'm not going to be here next week. We can't do a recovery
I
episode.
know. I'm going to speak really loudly so I can make sure I can hear it. Oh, no. I'm going to take the microphone with me over to the PC while I magically check
Nice and
these.
intimate situation there.
Oh, real like close.
Yeah.
A little bit too sensitive.
I think I've had that
Yeah.
dream before.
Oh.
with me. Oh. So we're going to talk. Let's talk about what we've been watching, and we're going to start off with Aaron because you've been watching something from the previous season, which was Magical Destroyers.
Yeah. Man, it was wild. So basically what's happened is all otaku culture, like not just anime, but like stuff that people obsess with over there, gets banned, just outright banned.
all games,
military
all idols.
enforcement, like everything's ripped off the shelves. All the otakus are put into like encampments. Like it's wild. Yeah. And then there's like this rebellion force, obviously, because you need your rebellion force. And it's
Do you?
yeah, it's led by magical girls.
Of course.
Literal magical girls. And so you start with magical girl Red.
And you've got Otaku Hero who leads them all.
Oh yeah, otaku hero.
With his glasses, which are thick as.
He has his moments.
He's not a hero.
He's not a hero and he's not really the lead.
No.
He's just kind of there. He's an easy person to put yourself in the shoes of. And I think that's the whole role of his character.
Yeah.
But the main characters are obviously the magical girls, and you've got Red, Blue, Pink, and there's another one, I'm pretty sure.
I didn't end up finishing it, but I got through I think I got about 6 episodes in and saw Magical Girl Pink and just went, I'm out.
Oh yeah, Pink is a drug trip.
Yeah.
Think Madoka Magica with more drugs.
And gas masks.
Sick.
Yeah.
And Blue, I can't talk about Blue on the podcast.
Blue's basically darkness from Konosuba to the nth degree.
Yeah, all of the characters are to the nth degree. They take the characters and they're like, what if we just...
Amazing.
Push it up a little higher. What could go wrong?
Yeah, and then you got Red, who's Asuka from Neon Genesis, and she's cranked up as well. And all of their powers are just absolutely wild. But it's fun watching them go through all these different otaku cultures because it's not just about anime. Like there's a whole episode about trains, there's a whole episode about idols, there's a whole episode about just every part of different cultures. And it's really interesting to find out the kinds of otakus there are. Did you know there's licensed otakus?
What?
People who go out and get training for all the different licenses you can get. So like forklift, boats. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? And drones and everything. Like they go out and get all these qualifications because that's what they're obsessed with. And it's just, wow.
I have to ask, like, we know that certain people on the spectrum have obsessive compulsive disorders around, like, certain things. Do you think part of the otaku culture might actually feed back into that?
Tell me, how many otakus do you know that are neurotypical?
Yeah, like none.
Bingo banger.
I mean, look, I didn't want to generalize, but I had to ask the question. And yeah.
Look, birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah,
and
this is true.
The otaku, like not even the otaku, just the general, like, people who are into that sort of media. Very, very similar people.
Yeah, and that's fair. But all right, well, you enjoyed it, and
It was definitely an experience.
have you finished it?
No.
No. Are you going to?
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, that one from memory was Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's there's not too many places you'll find anime these days. They're kind of all the same spots,
Yeah.
depending on your region.
Yeah, we're getting monopolized.
We are. And it's not a game. Kira Lee, My Happy Marriage.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I'm really touched about that. But I've still got to do the whole marriage thing. Yeah. Anyway, the anime My Happy Marriage. You've been quite enjoying it.
Yeah.
Aaron's just groaning at me. I'm killing him today.
It's just such a beautiful story. Like, I just really, really love it.
It's the type that just makes you happy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a beautiful love story between two people, and like one person who's like been through such a hard life and she doesn't have anyone, and she's just such a lovely person, meets this guy who's, everybody thinks is this horrible man, and won't love you because you've got no powers and this and that, and
He just doesn't like gold diggers.
yeah, basically. But I love it so much.
Yeah, Emma's also equally obsessed with it. It's kind of got a little bit of like supernatural element to it.
Not much though.
But not much.
Not much at all.
It's like
to
a
be honest.
sprinkling.
Yeah, if that. But I think it'll crank up a lot at the end for sure.
I mean, was it
There's gonna-
episode 4 or 3 where we had the fire, like the big attack at the attack, and the main guy like blasted out the sky.
Well, because it was an attack. It was like he could sense that the paper
Tracking
thingies
sort
were
of
tracking
things.
him, so he like shot fire and like shot them down. And was like, oh, poor attempt, meh.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it for the supernatural. And then also I think the backstory about telling which one of the siblings had the sight.
Mm-hmm.
That was about it. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure with magic powers, but
At least so far. I mean, we're
I think
four
for
episodes
sure I
in.
can predict that there's going to be a huge thing about we're going to kill this girl with supernatural powers or whatever. So then he'll be free, and then she'll reveal that she's found her inner supernatural abilities that she thought she never had, and then it'll be happily ever after.
Yeah. Now this is on Netflix from memory.
I wish that they put all of it out. I really wanted them to put all of it out, and they're doing episode by episode each week, which I know
It's good.
is what it's supposed to be, but I
Yeah.
wish that they just put it all out so that I could just watch it.
You're like, just give it to me now. I want
Yeah.
all of it.
Netflix is made for binging.
Exactly.
Excuse me, I'm dying.
Hi, dying. I'm Dad.
Oh, hi, Dad. Now, on the note of dying, reincarnated as a vending machine. Good segue, hey. So, I've been talking about this one up for, I think, about 2 years, actually, since I discovered it was a thing, and I thought it was hilariously silly. I was like, there's a light novel series, and it's called Reincarnated as a Vending Machine. Can you imagine us going any stupider? No, people have gone stupider since. But it turns out this is actually good. And it's highly worth watching. So imagine you are a vending machine otaku. And I'm not even kidding. And you are traveling along on your bike, on your little moped, behind a truck moving a vending machine, and you see the vending machine starting to come loose. What do you do?
Swerve.
Yeah. No. This guy swerves to save said vending machine and goes with it off the cliff. And that's how he dies. And he is reincarnated as a vending machine.
That specific one?
Yeah, actually. Actually, yes. Now that you said that, I'm thinking going, actually, yeah, it's the exact same design. And it makes sense. Don't waste assets. Don't only use for one scene.
I was going to say, is this like The Fly with Jeff Goldblum?
No. Well, I mean, unless Jeff Goldblum, when he did The Fly, then got teleported to a parallel world, then
Maybe.
Yeah, so he gets reincarnated as this vending machine, and he wakes up and he's inside the dungeon, and he discovers that he needs to sell his merchandise to survive because he needs to pay his power bill. I know. There's got to be some sort of risk. I know. So yeah, he can't move.
Quote unquote risk.
I know. Look, it's pretty slice of life, realistically. Like, things happen, but you know everything will be fine. Like, no one's going to die in this.
I know.
Look, even if someone dies, they're coming back. Like,
As a vending machine.
possibly. It's a lot of fun. And it's just straightforward. Guy gets reincarnated as a vending machine. Tank girl picks him up and carries him around and brings him to the village. They become buddies, learn to communicate even though he's got set phrases, and shenanigans ensue.
How did she figure out he was sentient?
Because he protected her using one of his abilities. So he's got an ability where he can put a protection shield around him, and it's.
Wouldn't you think that'd be part of the automated machine? Like, that wouldn't necessarily
she
mean
then started
sentience?
asking questions and said, okay, so if you can understand me, say yes, because it's a world where magic is normal, and she knows someone who investigates magical objects and has a theory that there are some which actually have spirits imbued in them, and that's the clinch. And she goes, okay, well let's test it. And yeah, she goes, say this if you mean yes, and say this if you mean no. And he goes, yes. And she goes, do you understand me? Yes.
Okay. See, I thought you were going to say, like, she's got a friend who knows about otherworldly machines coming to this world with spirits in them. And I was like,
No.
oh my God, you can have like a full convenience store full of reincarnated people.
Congratulations and welcome to modern day slavery. You are a vending machine.
Isekai convenience store.
Yeah.
That would be an anime.
Isekai candy store.
Oh.
Can you imagine that? Like Dagashi Kashi, but they get the whole store gets teleported at
My
night.
goodness.
Yeah.
That time I was reincarnated as a candy store.
In another world.
Actually, no. Not doing that one.
Anyway, highly recommend. Watch it on Crunchyroll. Tifa,
Yes.
you're watching a sequel.
I am.
Because of course you are. Because this is epic. It's Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2.
Yes.
Is it good?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the first half is meant to be a flashback, so...
Yes.
And
is
we're
the
still in
art
that
style
point.
weird?
A little, but so like I was pretty worried about the art style that they showcased in the trailer because they only showcase the flashback. They don't show anything about Itadori or Megami or anything like that, right? And the art style is very weirdly, it's very Gojo.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it feels like you're inside his brain.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say that, like, maybe it's done on purpose to sort of...
That's what I was thinking when I saw the trailer as well. I was like, I don't know, maybe they're just doing this for this part, or maybe it's not. And one of the main things that kind of was questionable was Gojo's eyes. That main thing was the part that, like, it just didn't look right. It looked very different from the first season and the film. And it's the same studios that are filming, that are animating
isn't
and stuff.
Toho, like, helping to animate it?
Yes, and they did the film.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So that's why we were like, his eyes in the film were iconic. They were
Yeah.
like amazing. And then, so that's what we expected in the series for season 2 as well. Especially because when you see his eyes, it's like the sky and everything in the sky is reflected back. Like you're seeing the whole world, basically. And it's done in a very, very like glowy, mysterious, magical kind of way. And then for most of this, we just see his eyes as just blue. They're just blue. There's
but this
nothing
is actually
magical about
before his eyes.
it. No.
My understanding is that this, because it's a prequel, it's meant to be before his eyes actually become that way.
No.
Really?
Really?
His eyes have been that way since he was a child.
Well,
He's always had this.
I
This
thought he
was
had
how he
surgery.
was born. No. This is how he was born. And then, so when they do a flashback in episode 3, and the child version of him has those eyes. And this is not the perspective of him, from him, that we're seeing when we see him as a child. It's the perspective of Toji, who is someone who doesn't exactly have like magic or sorcery power.
Yeah.
And we see his perspective for a few minutes of when he met Gojo as a child, which showcases the same style as the first season, right? But the rest of it, like when it's told from Gojo's perspective, it's very slice of life high school, which I think is quite interesting, and it feels purposeful because of that as well. But yeah.
Does it just feel off then, or?
I don't know, like some parts are quite interesting. Like for example, there is
Thanks, laptop.
there's a scene that's in the manga and they're all just like sitting in a classroom. So instead they decided to make it like a one of those like school slice of life sports animes, and they put them into a basketball room, like into the courts in like a gym, and they're playing basketball and having the same conversation, but they made it very like, you know,
Lively.
yeah, it felt like something that would happen in Gojo's mind, how he would have viewed these things happening, especially with Geto, and his relationship with Geto, I feel like is a lot closer in the anime, and it's done like particularly well, right? So, because like a lot of people ship them together, right? And then in the manga, you're like, yeah, okay, whatever. But they're kind of going ham on it in the anime. They kind of make it feel like every single slice of life anime that you've seen where you're pretty much like, those two boys, yeah.
They're gonna kiss.
Yeah, but they never do.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels like that in a weird way. And I feel like there's a lot of love that goes through certain like parts as well, and it goes by so fast. Like you don't feel like you've sat there and watched the full episode. You feel like you've watched 5 minutes and you're like, where did it go? Like, you know, so it is really good. The art style like really threw me off, but I think it's very particular to his point of view because it shows that flashback and his eyes are perfect in that flashback as well. So, yeah.
So it feels like potentially it's the idea of him looking at the world through rose-tinted glasses.
Yes, which he is wearing.
Yeah. I was going to say, he is wearing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
cool.
his kind of romanticized view as well of Geto, because Geto is his best friend, like was his best friend and all that kind of stuff, and he is the villain essentially. So I think his view as well of his friend is more romanticized than it might have actually been as well. So
Now, you're up to date on the manga.
Yes.
Is this an arc from the manga that they do a flashback
Yes.
sequence for like 10, 15 chapters?
Yeah, they do tell this story. It's a very important story as well. They've just kind of changed a few of the scenes, but they've done a really good job at them. I mean, some of the fight sequences, Gojo, they were kind of like, oh yeah, let's mess him up.
Okay.
Or like other scenes with characters that are minor characters, they kind of give them a little bit more room to speak and to kind of develop as well. And you're like, oh, that's that character, that's what they do, and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of nice.
Okay, cool. Well, Crunchyroll as well, and quite a lot of other places too for Jujutsu Kaisen. If you've been watching something interesting this season, put it in the comments. We also have been watching a lot of other stuff too. There's Zom
And
100.
reading.
Yeah, and reading. Yeah, Zom 100. Perfect. Helk, also fantastic. But I want to leave Kenny to talk on that when he does eventually join us next time. Kenny! He's going to listen to this episode and be like, what the heck, guys? What the Helk? Anyway. No one's laughing at me today. Anyway.
No, we're laughing at you, not with you.
Oh.
Kawaii-Fi Radio. We don't talk about Dragon Ball Evolution.
Or Last Airbender.
Death Note.
Live action.
The irony is that we've talked about most of those now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, hang on.
Hang on a second.
I mean, that Sting is 5 years old now, which is ooh, I feel old suddenly. Well, no, I always feel old. Let's talk about Saint Seiya. So Saint Seiya is, or Knights of the Zodiac. This is a 2023 live action, came out in April in Japan. It did have a live run in cinemas around the world, and none of us went and saw it.
Yeah.
Which is, and by I mean none, I mean you as well, listener. Because this cost...
We know.
This cost $80 million to make, and it only earned $6.9 million at the box office. So, nice, but not so nice.
How much of that was the Japanese audience compared to the rest of the world?
Most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. It's not very good. I mean, like, look, I unfortunately haven't had a chance to watch the whole thing, but I've seen plenty of trailers, snippets, and I've seen the first 25 minutes of it. So I can say, as Tifa rightly pointed out, that the choreography is very well done. And the lighting, quite well done.
Really? I thought it was atrocious.
I'm only talking about the first 25 minutes in the fight scene in the cage.
Right, yeah.
Like
okay.
that was pretty well done. However, and it's a big however, it's just pretty bad. Like the dialogue in particular.
Things are just like happening.
Yeah.
It's just they're just there.
I think when you turn anime into a live action movie, there's a lot of like certain things work well in anime, like phrases and sayings and like staging and stuff that don't work in live action.
The girl, especially the girl, there is like a particular scene where so I don't remember the character's name, so I apologize. There's a particular scene where the main actor, Makanu, is like shirtless and holding her, and she like punches him and like says something that's very like tsundere, and I'm like, I can imagine that in the anime, like I can actually see that in my head, but it did not work for that scene.
Plus, like that punch as well.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
He's
that
a
really
big
didn't
buff
work.
man. You could slug him, and he'd just be like, "Okay, cool."
Weren't you saying as well, like the weight of many, like I think the first fight scene was quite well done, but everything after that, by the sounds of it, doesn't feel like they were actually hitting each other.
Oh, there is actually a part in the first fight scene where they're in the cage where he, like, one of the guys hits the other, but there is, like, the gap there, and none of them are going flying anywhere. There isn't, like, a force behind it, like magic or anything. He just hits, and there's, like, an awkward angle, and you can see he didn't hit him as well. And there's a few of that.
I don't know. I like that
It's
face
like-
kick though.
Yeah.
Oh, the face kick
That was
through the
good.
door.
Yeah.
That was pretty well done.
It was just like, I feel like the angling for some of the frames were just not that great.
I mean, we saw that as well with Cowboy Bebop. Like, a lot of the fight scenes, like, as I showed in one of the videos, you can speed up some of those fight scenes and cut out some of the longer sequences, and it makes it flow so much better. And, you know, some angles just are not right for it, so just get rid of them. And it makes it look so much better.
Well, that's also another thing. Pacing in anime fights is completely different. Like, you can do 100 punches in, like, 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Whereas in real-life media, you're lucky to get a few out.
Yeah.
So, like, trying to transfer one to the other is really difficult without either A, losing momentum and making it look completely different, or B, making it look like trash.
Yeah. That being said, I do think the choreography in this was probably one of the highlights of the film itself. Like, some of the fights were kind of interesting. I actually really liked the training sequence.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like the finger thing where she, you know, the first like magic trick, she was like,
Oh,
and
okay,
that was really off-putting
Yeah.
to me. I was
that's
very
fair.
like, what the fuck?
I think just because the main actor, he is a martial artist, right? So when you see him train and they're like training together, it feels a little more believable because the way that they're training is kind of more believable in comparison to some other things. But also I feel like their dialogue together in those scenes kind of felt like, oh yeah.
It's very
that-
rigid.
It's just,
I was almost expecting her to be the sister.
I had that feeling too. Yeah. And then it wasn't really.
I was like, well, they kept showing all the flashbacks suggesting she died, and I'm like, okay, so she's coming back.
Well, yeah, they really set it up like there's going to be a sequel.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think they
but
were
well, at
hoping.
the end they were like, oh, we got to collect all of the Zodiacs. I was like, sure, buddy.
In my mind.
You let me know how that goes for you.
And you see, here's the thing, like, when you get martial artists involved, you normally get a good product visually, even if you're not trying to duplicate what was done in our manga. And, like, a prime example of that, have any of you seen an Indonesian film called The Raid?
Nope.
No? Okay, so basically it was 2011 film, and Iko Uwais he helped direct it and choreograph it. And it's basically like that Dredd film, where it's, you know, Judge Dredd going up the tower, beating everyone up on the way up. Same thing. Police officer has to break into a tower apartment to get to the top to rescue someone. And same thing. It was an opportunity for them to showcase the martial artist, and they did it really well. And even though it was based off, I think it was a comic originally, or like a novel or something like that, where they didn't have, you know, speed or flow to base it off. And considering how original Knights of Sidonia's story realistically is for the film,
Sidonia?
Knights of the Zodiac. Sorry.
I was
Knights
like,
of
that's
the
a cool
song.
song.
Considering how original the story Knights of the Zodiac is, and it's not based on the original story of the manga, and it's not following it directly to a T, they could have done that, and they didn't. And that's because it's.
It reminded me of Power Rangers.
It
I was
does.
watching it and I was like,
fights
Power
with
Rangers.
the like actual armor
Well, the
reminded me of that
mask.
because also it like looks so foamy as
Yeah.
well. So like the costuming made me feel like that. They didn't look like actual helmets or anything.
Yeah.
It felt like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Well, like, that was one of the things I liked. Like, the armor transforming depending on which stage of connection he had. I liked that. I
Yeah,
felt like they
yeah.
could have gone deeper into that. Like,
Yeah.
that was cool. And it was like, oh, that's probably a reference to the anime and, like, how they gauge the power
Yeah,
levels.
yeah.
But, like...
It just felt like everything was just like there and nothing connected.
Yeah.
You know? So
It had all the right elements, but the cook didn't know how to put it together.
I was actually about to make a similar sort of
Analogy.
metaphor. Yeah.
Plus, like the ending scene, she had a really cool like Ada wig.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I was like watching it and I was like,
Yeah.
that's a nice wig.
That wig might have saved the entire film.
Well, like, the villain, I kind of liked. Like, it was very
Which
stereotypical.
villain?
Yeah.
The
woman?
lady.
Yeah, yeah.
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 But, like, there was development in her story, like,
Yeah.
and you could kind of see where she was coming
Yeah,
from as
yeah,
well,
yeah.
and like it was like, all right, you know, she's all right, she's got some stuff going on.
Yeah.
Well, I've got the plot here so that we can actually remember what the story's about.
There was a story.
Yeah, I know, right? So, Seiya is a street orphan searching for his sister, Patricia, who has been
Is
kidnapped.
he a street orphan?
Apparently,
Yeah. Yeah, street orphan.
technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's funny
It's
that
just
you didn't
just
see
a
his
homeless
parents even at the beginning. It was just him and his sister, and then she got abducted.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah.
The sister didn't look like a sister. It was like
Another
maybe,
random.
Yeah, very Japanese. So during a fight with Cassios in a fighting ring, Seiya unleashes a strange blue light, and after the fights, he meets with Docrates and Alman Kido. Kido warns Seiya that his ex-wife, Vanda Gerard, is looking for him. It's not Seiya's ex-wife, by the way. It is Kido's ex-wife. He's not old enough for that. So Gerard's warriors capture Docrates and pursue Seiya and Kido, who meet up with Mylock, Kido's assistant, and things pursue from there. That's the official plot. I'm not gonna, because I've literally written the entire film
Oh,
here.
jeez.
So
The assistant's fight scene.
yeah,
I enjoyed it. It was like, yeah, okay, this is what we wanted from him.
yeah.
Yeah. Not what you wanted?
I thought it was a little forgettable.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
did you know there's an actor called Zoltan Durko in this, and he's the referee
Zoltan.
in the ring? Exactly. That's Zoltan.
The guy that plays the Phoenix is in Teen Wolf.
Oh, that was that guy.
Diego
Yeah.
Tinoco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked at him, I was like, he looks kind of like familiar, but like not familiar. Like
Yeah.
I've seen his face, so I definitely know he's in something.
He's also in the
Sleepy Kyle.
I'm always sleepy. In Netflix's, he played Cesar Diaz in Netflix's On My Block.
Oh yeah,
If you watch that,
I watched the first few episodes of that.
evidently not very good. Otherwise, you watch the rest.
It's not really my kind of thing, but it's like it's not bad. It's for a different target audience, I think.
Yeah, man, he was in Teen Wolf as Matteo
Yeah.
in the episode
Mateo.
Mateo.
Come on, Kyle.
Matteo.
It's
What's
an
the more
English name.
white, like pronunciation?
Look, I think everyone's going to have to accept, including you, dear listener, that today is not going to be my finest performance. The rest of the team are pulling weight here. Now put that down. Tifa's flexing.
Yeah, look, if anyone's going to pull weight, it's Tifa. She got them gains.
She got them gains. Now, this is pretty poorly reviewed and pretty poorly rated. So on Rotten Tomatoes, as of the moment, it's on 23%.
Yeah.
And 23% of the 22 critics' reviews are positive, with an average of 4.4 out of 10.
Is 4.4 out of 10 positive?
It's 44%.
Yeah.
That's more likely.
It's almost
to work.
passing.
Almost pass.
Almost.
It's enough for a conceded pass.
Yeah.
The website's consensus read: the animation's well done, but impressive visuals aren't enough to cover the Knights of the Zodiac's threadbare plot. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film a score of 35 out of 100 based on 8 critics, indicating a generally unfavorable review. Who would have thought? Yeah.
I think the thing about this one, though, in comparison to other live actions of animes kind of just make you go, this just like ruins anything that was in the anime or the manga.
Yeah.
Like it just destroys anything. I feel like this just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It feels really weird. It's just like...
It's interesting you say that, because that's one of the top reviews. So, Carlos Aguila for LA Times wrote that Baginski's Knights of the Zodiac amounts to a well-intended disappointment that doesn't mean it has zero merit as a work of entertainment, but neither will it satisfy the fandom's demands for a true-to-the-bone homage of their childhood favourite, nor will it transmit to outsiders why this tale is actually interesting.
Yeah, I think it's hard to judge though as well, like not seeing the original anime, because I think it's the original anime is really, really long.
It's like, and it's from the 80s. It's like a...
So it's like if the starting of it is like this, then maybe it's true.
Yeah.
It's
but I think
long
just
lost.
as a
Yeah.
film in general, it just doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
But I feel like it really could have. You could like actually see the like foundations of everything there.
Yeah, they
You're
were
like,
starting
oh,
to put stuff
okay.
down.
Like I can kind of see where that could go. You
Yeah.
know, this could be interesting, but nothing really pulls weight. And I feel like even with Sean Bean's presence, his presence is not that notable, which I think is very disappointing. You
Especially
know?
for such a well-known actor.
Yeah, like there isn't really many characters that stand out.
Yeah.
Well, I found an interesting review here. Common Sense Media's Tara McNamara gave it 3 out of 5, liking it to a mashup of Clash of the Titans with Flash Gordon. Saying, like those two movies, Knights of the Zodiac is likely to get groans from jaded adults, but has the same potential to strike a chord with young viewers taken in by the spectacle and the possibility.
Yeah, did you know it's PG?
Yeah,
I was kind of surprised that it was
so
PG.
was I. It probably should have been M.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I think if they had went for M and given it, that would have given them a little bit more room for
Yeah.
the dialogue in particular, I think.
And fights.
But the
And
type
fights.
of thing they wanted to go for.
Yeah, and when you
Yeah.
consider like the manga content is generally aimed at like shonen and up, which is 15 plus, M, that works. So
What's it rated in America? Is it like
it's like
PG-13?
PG-13.
Or just PG?
I think it's PG. A lot of the reviews basically point out the digital effects are problems. The big problem of the thing, along with the lackluster amount of content covered in the story. So it doesn't feel like, you know, they all say it could have been shorter. And
Yeah, it's
it was
2 hours long.
Yeah.
And it probably could have been an hour and a half, an hour 20.
Yeah.
With the amount
Could
of
have sped up
content.
the plot a bit.
I didn't like the cyborg dude. He
Yeah.
had so much beef for no
Yeah, I know,
reason.
that is true.
I liked him.
I thought his acting was pretty good though. Like he was
I
in
hate
like
you. You beat me in one fight. I'm
Yeah.
gonna kill you.
I agree
but
though
he
the
was, like,
plot
the
for him
boss,
wasn't
though.
really.
Yeah, he was the boss of the ring, but
Yeah.
like,
And of him, I'm pretty sure. Like
oh
the
yeah, because he was
street
telling
guy.
him to take the
Yeah.
dive.
Yeah, like,
But
you know,
like-
don't, what was it like? Don't dance. or
Yeah, don't
something like
dance,
that?
fight,
yeah.
like fight properly.
Yeah.
He just wasn't. And
Yeah,
it was
but,
losing
like-
him money.
Yeah.
Would you really become a cyborg and try and kill someone over that?
He didn't voluntarily become a cyborg.
True, but he did sign up for more power.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
would you
purpose.
not sign up for more power if you're that
yeah,
type
but
of person?
it was for that purpose, like
What?
just
Yeah.
to take down Seiya,
Uh,
and like,
Felt like he needed more of a reason.
yeah,
Yeah.
like maybe if he'd been doing it for years and like constantly
Yeah.
pushing the guy's buttons and lashing out at
Yeah.
him, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it could have been because you don't see,
Wasn't it like
how long
only
have
like
they been there?
I thought he'd only been there for a few fights.
yeah, well, no, it was only his third fight.
Yeah.
Well, still, sometimes like you meet someone and you're like, I don't like you. I really.
I'm gonna turn into a cyborg and murder you.
I still don't see the connection there. Like, sure, I don't like you, but I'm not gonna like devote my life to try to
I mean, there
end
are
yours.
crazy people
Yeah,
who
Yes.
would be like that.
you are right. Like,
Still, like,
I've seen enough anime to know where this is going. Like,
Yeah.
This is Yu-Gi-Oh all over.
Oh my god.
you beat me at one card game.
Now I'm going to buy the entire franchise
Gonna host an entire tournament.
on an island just to capture you. Or like Team Rocket trying to capture Pikachu. You beat us once, we must capture the Pikachu. It's clearly the best Pikachu ever.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyway, if you want to watch it, it's currently not streaming anyway, so you will, like us,
It will
have to...
be on Apple TV very, very shortly.
Oh, will it?
Yes.
Ooh. Well, we had to go out and buy the DVD, and I'm returning it, so... Unimpressed.
Do you
My
wanna
money
hear-
back, please.
Do you
Watched,
wanna
did not like.
hear a fun fact about
Yeah.
the main actor?
I love fun facts.
Did you know that he's a nepo baby?
Oh.
And his father is Sonny Chiba, who is a very well-known martial artist who was in all the Kill Bill films.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's 2 of them.
Wow. Where's the sting for that?
Wait, I got it here. Where is it? Where is it?
Moment's gone. It's okay. Never
Oh my
mind.
god.
Anyway,
I would have loved it if the rest of the episode was just us staring at Kyle and
it's like, I got the button finally. Yes. Look, this is.
Something.
Look,
If you can watch it for free on Apple TV for any reason,
No, you can't watch it for free. You'll have to pay for it.
well then don't watch it.
I don't know. Like, it's good if you just want something on in the
Yeah, it was
background with
alright.
mindless
Yeah.
fights.
Yeah.
And pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
it wasn't like fundamentally insulting to the original series. Like, it wasn't
Yeah, it
like
wasn't insulting. I
it-
agree.
It
like,
wasn't like
it's not
Avatar:
like
Last
Death Note or something.
Airbender or
Like,
Death
yeah.
Note or Dragon Ball Evolution.
Where
Like,
it feels like they're almost making fun of the original. Like,
this felt like they did actually care about it, but they didn't know what they could fit in the time they had.
yeah.
Also, with the PG rating, it might be better suited for kids. Like, a kid
That
would
is
enjoy
what I
this,
think.
I reckon.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
No?
I think it's
I
maybe
don't
too
know.
long.
Well,
But I
yeah.
think the
true.
pretty sparkle effects of everything would be quite interesting to a kid. I feel like if they had shortened it like half an hour, get it like quite like down everything simplistically going in a straight line, you know, they're
Yeah,
like,
it's a
yes, this is what's happening, this is where we're going. The guy figures out he has power, goes to train for power, beats bad guy.
Yeah.
Same squad.
I mean,
It's like too much punching though.
Well, like, it's kind of got that sibling story in there as well. So, like,
Yeah.
if they've
Yeah,
got
that's-
kids, they'd be
yeah.
like, oh, hey.
I mean, look, I know this is going to be one of those live actions which will divide fans of the originals, the content. Some will be happy to see elements on the big screen. Others will just hate the way it's
I wonder if people
interpreted the
care
story.
enough at all, though.
There are some
About Saint
people in,
Seiya.
No, like about this live action, like especially because it's an American
There are some
adaptation.
pitry-
So
There's some pretty horrible vitriolic statements just on Google reviews. Never
just
mind
because
on-
like the Japanese audience, which I know was the primary audience that watched this, for the most part, when it comes to American live action adaptations of anime, they just don't want to look at it.
Do you reckon
They're just like,
they'd
"Yeah,
watch
whatever."
the dub or the sub?
I reckon that the main actor probably did the sub for it too, so they would have watched the sub because he is
He
Japanese.
did the sub for it?
He's the Japanese.
As in he did
like
the Japanese language
sorry, the
version.
dub.
I was like,
yeah.
he just sat there going,
Sorry.
Here's
on his
what I
computer.
said.
Maybe he did have to translate it himself. Who knows?
I mean, maybe there weren't enough money left after that bombing at the box office to
I wonder
do
how
it.
much
You
each
broke.
actor got paid as well. Like Sean Bean. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a pretty big.
Maybe he got paid per minute, and that's why he wasn't on there for very
maybe.
long. Like,
Maybe that's why he keeps getting killed off. He gets
Yeah,
they're like,
I see it.
I mean, look, even Polygon's kind of ripped it a new one. To sum it up, Nice the Zodiac is about Sean Bean's Alamo Kiddo taking in Seiya, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look. Knights of the Zodiac global box office.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and the main actor, he is Zoro in One Piece. So
Which gets you hyped for the One Piece.
no, he's
'cause
actually a good actor.
He was a good actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also
Ooh.
only done basically live actions.
Oh,
That's
wow.
his whole like filmography because he did Rurouni Kenshin, he did Full Metal Alchemist, he does like all of those.
Today
he
is
did
not my
JoJo's.
day.
Oh,
He
part
did
4?
JoJo's.
Yeah. I can't remember what character, but
Oh,
he's
he
in
was
it.
probably one of the brothers.
All right, so got some.
Kyle!
Where's the swear jar? I've got some figures here, some interesting facts and
Yeah, we
figures.
got Naruto here.
The no. So for the domestic release in the US, it has earned a grand total of 1 million.
Whoa.
Only one.
Whoa.
So that's not
low.
good.
They're going to have to sell a lot of DVDs.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Or like get a lot of sales on Apple TV or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Europe is not good. In Ghana, it collected a gross of $593.
Whoa.
Wowzers. One cinema.
One cinema. Must have been just one showing. France is the only one which did decent numbers, and even then, 265. Their opening week is the same as the gross, so it was there for a week.
I think it wasn't in cinemas for very long for a
No.
lot of places.
Yeah.
Mexico earned more than the US.
Well, yeah,
1.7
big on their
million.
anime.
Yeah. Brazil earned almost $1 million for it, 976, and everything else is under 300,000 for all of Latin America. Asia, Japan opening.
Yeah.
Take a guess.
2 mil?
No, lower.
Oh.
Where'd all the money come from?
It earned 310,000 in Japan.
It's really low.
Australia isn't even on the list. That's how little we had.
Tifa, you did a terrible job telling people.
Sorry. I saw that one ad and I forgot that it existed.
So we've got 1.7 in Mexico, 1 million in Brazil, and 300,000 in Peru. So that takes us up to 3 million there. We've got 1 million in America. The rest is just like barely connects to make up the remaining 3 million. Like,
there was like no advertising
Yeah.
for this. Yes, I saw an ad in the cinema.
One ad.
But like I probably would not have remembered or realized if I wasn't already following the actor that's playing the main character, right? So
Yeah.
like I don't see how anyone would have known to go see this if they did want to.
Yeah, well, you also said it was only shown for the Suzume movie.
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
means that, like, they didn't really advertise it to
Yeah.
anyone outside of the direct niche anime community. Like, if they had have advertised it to other people, showing off some more of
Yeah,
Sean
yeah.
Bean and all of that, people would have been like, oh, cool, what's this? I might check it out.
I thought the trailer was really good. Like, I actually liked the trailer they played before Suzume, right? And I was like, oh, I should probably, like, Google that later and just have a look because that looks interesting. That looks like a person that looks familiar as well. But, like, the other thing is, like, so this is the kind of movie that I think the ad would play before a Percy Jackson film or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. And you would get a good demographic for it.
Well, yeah, because
So-
it's mythology.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was thinking, but it just wasn't marketed at all, or in any.
it's like
way.
they didn't have a marketing budget, if I'm
Yeah.
honest.
Like, what happened with this film? Like, it
Everything
feels
was
like...
on McKenyu. He had to sub it, he had to market it,
Yeah,
he had to...
I can see it. But it's also like when you watch the film, it feels like the pieces are there, but they haven't put the puzzle together, right? So it's probably like, did something happen that stopped them from completing this the way they wanted it to? And then were they unable to market it, or like
it does
what?
look like that might be the case. So you look at production. So the creator wanted to adapt it to a live action almost as long as he worked on the manga. In 2016, Toei first revealed that an adaptation was in development with CCXP. Toei later gave the film an official green light in May 2017 with Tomaz directing it, who ended up directing it. And it was originally to be co-produced with Sony Pictures and a Chinese company called, and I kid you not, A Really Good Film Company.
I know that film company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they really good?
They dropped out, so guess not.
Oh.
The original screenplay was adapted by Josh Campbell and Matt Stewakin, which
Yes.
is probably part of the issue there, and later with additions by Keel Murray. The main cast was announced in 2021, and this is kind of this is the point which made me go, you had no idea which demographic you're aiming for. The theme song was performed by Pink.
Oh?
The end credit song?
Yeah, Courage.
Because that kind of sounded familiar.
Yeah.
I was like, who's singing this?
Why would you
Wow.
do that? Like,
She
she's...
would have cost some money.
Yeah.
That's probably where a lot of the budget went.
Like,
That's so odd.
It just like, it's like for a anime adaptation, you don't go for a Western singer. You find someone who sits in a happy medium who can cross both boundaries. Of course, no one's
Uchida
gonna...
Hikaru.
What?
Kingdom Hearts opening singer. She
Yeah.
does English and Japanese.
Yeah, like you do something like that. You don't go and go, hey, who's a
Sorry,
a
that
pop
was
star?
that was my bad. They identify as non-binary. They, them. Sorry.
Yeah, nope, you're
Misgendered.
good. Fair enough. So this filmed from July to September in Hungary and Croatia. Like, that's not very long. And then Andy Cheng provided the fight and stunt coordination. Andy Cheng's good, which explains why the coordination that was pretty good. But all of that, like, oh wow. He was Andy Chen is Chang Kai-chung, who was Jackie Chan's stunt double.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, so Chan saved his life on the set of Rush Hour 2 when the boat stunt went bad. So this guy's got chops. So there you go. But all of this doesn't really... It's just... It doesn't make sense, does it?
No, but it's like I could also see them trying to, especially because there are so many Western actors in this film, right? Except for basically,
McKenyu.
yeah. like I could see them attempting to do like Percy Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Like attempting to make it, maybe if they try to base it more on like the mythology and then try to really push it, and then that's what their marketing was based on, and then you find out that it's like obviously not just that. I feel like that would have been really, really interesting as well from a marketing perspective. You could see them going down a more Western route, but they didn't advertise to Western audiences. That's where the problem like really is as well, because I feel like if they had, people would have gone to see it.
Yeah.
Because there are so many really not great mythology based films out there that I went and saw in the cinema that
Gods
are
of
not
Egypt?
good, and I still went and saw them because they were marketed at least somewhat decently, and I knew it was there, and I was kind of interested in seeing what it was about.
This
So like,
this is the thing. I don't understand when companies go, no, we're not going to market it. And it's like, you know that marketing is often 30% of the budget.
look at the marketing for Barbie.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
No, you don't understand. Cinemas are sold out of Barbie still.
No,
Yeah.
I know, because I tried to go see it yesterday.
Same.
I'm
I
seeing
actually
it
got
tomorrow.
into a cinema last night.
I wanted to do Barbie and Oppenheimer because
Back to back?
Yes,
Yeah.
because my friends have not seen either of them, and I haven't seen Oppenheimer, right? And I was like, and like a few days before that, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just have a look around and see like where I can do like maybe a back to back, whatever like timings work best. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I'm not sitting like right in front of the screen. I'm old now.
Yeah.
those are the
My
only
neck
seats that are
hurts.
available.
Yep, that's my seats for tonight. I'm in
And then-
row C.
Last night, somebody was sitting in my seat. So I had to sit in somebody else's seat. And I saw people walk up, look at me, and then move away. So people are just taking any seat they want at the cinemas. They're not even taking the seats they
Wow.
That's
booked.
messed up.
Yeah, I saw there was a TikTok about someone like
People
this-
fighting.
the guy who like presses play on the movie
Yeah.
came
It's a
in.
pause and,
yeah,
like,
pause it. Came in to try and kick these people
Yeah.
out because they took someone else's seat and they were refusing to move.
Wow.
Like,
And then
it's
there
so
was
bad.
the lady whose kid was watching YouTube the entire movie.
Yeah.
There was a fight that broke out about that. And I was like, I'm not going to be another news story about a fight breaking out of a Barbie movie. But maybe I am.
But like, I mean, that is good marketing. Like even for Oppenheimer, they all did marketing to try and like because it was the whole like, oh yeah, Barbie and Oppenheimer thing as well. They got the actors
The
to go out and
Barb-enhiemer.
buy like the Barbie tickets to go see the film and things like that. They did
Yeah.
like cute little things that made them part of the conversation.
Yeah.
You know, like obviously this is not going to have the marketing budget that Barbie has, but there is no marketing that happened here at all.
I'm a level with you. Like, you could have just done a social media campaign and you would have
Yeah.
been more successful.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay,
I was
so
gonna-
like the main actor, who I just keep talking about, so I'm sorry. He has a
Is
lot
he
of
your
followers.
new Clive?
No, I have a different interest in him. He has a very interesting and weird background. Anyway, I'm not gonna explain it. And like he is very, very popular because he is attractive, right? He has a lot of followers. Like why didn't they get him to market more?
Yeah.
Why didn't they do anything with that? Why didn't they get Sean Bean to market more or say something or do an interview? None of them have been interviewed for
Wow.
this.
So
And-
they didn't even have like a press trail for it.
No.
That's weird. Also, it opened in Mexico. Like, where was the premiere then?
Right?
Yeah, sorry. You were going to say something, Curly.
Oh, it's all right.
Sorry.
It's all right.
But you know what would have been cool? Crossover with Percy Jackson.
Yeah. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, like later down the track, maybe just be like, oh, hey, we kind of got similar markets. Just
I mean, is there a new Percy Jackson coming out? Or
Yes.
like-
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a series.
Oh, I had
They're
no idea.
remaking it as a series for Disney.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, they'll be the right ages this
Yeah.
time.
Oh.
Not that the movies were that bad. Like, people made them out to be really bad. They're just not that true to the original books, but they're okay as films. They're okay. Like,
Yeah.
it's not whatever this is.
It ain't no
But,
Maze
like,
Runner.
things are actually happening. And, I mean, the scene with the iPod and using the back as a reflector for Medusa, that was sick. Yeah.
Cool. All right, cool.
Oh, this is Percy
Product of
Jackson,
its
not
time.
Saint
Yeah,
Seiya.
Saint Seiya doesn't have iPods in it. All right, well, look, Knights of the Zodiac, Blu-ray and DVD in most regions at the moment, but as Tifa said, it's going to be on Apple TV.
Apple TV, yeah.
How much do you reckon you'll be able to buy the Blu-ray or DVD for? Do you reckon it'll go straight to bargain bin?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd say yeah. July 11 it came out, so it came out this beginning of this month. I reckon it's going to be $5 for Christmas.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Christmas.
I reckon $5 for Christmas, easily. But you can probably buy it or rent it off like the Google Play Store for like $3. So,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't recommend spending more than that on it. if I'm being 100% honest,
Fair.
like it's okay.
The fights are good.
The fights are good, but
Yeah.
like just wait for him to be in One Piece instead, and
Yeah, I think he'll be better in that. I actually have some faith in the One Piece.
I'm scared that I also have faith in the One Piece. Like
I love Buggy.
Buggy.
Oh,
my
He is
God.
supposed to be kind of terrifying as
Yeah.
well. So
He was
I
meant
think
to
it's
be,
very
and everyone just thought he
interesting.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
So there's like, clowns. And then it was like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Not. But yeah, if you did enjoy Saint Seiya, let us know in the comments section as always.
If you enjoyed it, I want to have a conversation with you about this. I want to know why you enjoyed it as well. So please leave a whole paragraph telling us about why you liked this.
And tell us where your parents went wrong.
Apparently we have opinions and they're not to be meddled with. So. Anyway, on that note, let's talk about what we've missed in the anime news the past 3 weeks.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Tonight on Anime Communique.
Great story, compelling and rich.
Nothing brings ratings up like a little controversy.
Yes, we do want to talk about Transformers, but we'll do that at a later date. The Japanese Transformers.
Japanese Transformers?
There is a Transformer anime from the 90s somewhere.
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 I promise it's there. Let me find it.
Let me find it. All right.
You can buy it on Amazon though.
Yeah. Anyway, as we were
Sorry.
like, we wonder how cheap it's gotten at our local hard copy place. Or how cheap is it?
No, it's expensive.
Really? Are they trying to make up for sales?
It's like $50.
What?
On
On
Amazon?
Amazon, yeah.
As in like on Prime, or as in like
No,
ordering
to
it
buy
from
the DVD is $50.
DVD or
It's coming
HD
from
Blu-ray?
America?
It's free international shipping.
Well, so then it's international. So it's probably based on the price in the US.
Why is the DVD more expensive than the Blu-ray?
Because they know not many people buy DVDs anymore, so they're going to charge them a premium for manufacturing
That
it.
is
the thing
expensive.
is, you can get the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Steelbook for $44
Wow.
at our local store.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And that's the Blu-ray. That's like the collector's edition, the fancy schmick little... This is just the regular version.
Yeah,
And
I like
Amazon's
the
supposed to
reviews on
cheap?
here though. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, Amazon's supposed to be real cheap, but anyway.
Well, no. Amazon's supposed to be, but it
Most
depends.
of the time, DVDs and manga and stuff
I
like
mean,
that
manga
are
definitely,
generally,
yeah.
like...
And anyway, in anime news,
Ooh, Tifa found something.
Sorry.
That was a facial expression.
that was certainly a look.
53% of people gave it 5 stars.
For the DVD.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, if you're buying it, you went out and you watched the movie.
Yeah. Well, a high percentage would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's probably where those reviews are coming from.
They're people who want to support it and see more of
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them are like, oh, I bought the DVD because I didn't get to see it in cinema.
Oh.
Well, anyway, Miyazaki's latest feature film, The Boy and the Heron, which is also known as How Do You Live, is going to open the Toronto International Film Festival, and it is the first international premiere of the film. This is Miyazaki's meant to be his last ever film. So this is going to be interesting. They announced...
Did he come out of retirement? Nani?
The film has sold 1 million tickets and earned about 13.2 million US in its first 3 days in Japan, and it sold 1.353 million tickets and earned 2 billion yen in its Friday to Monday long weekend, as they had a public holiday on July 17th.
Oh, good timing for that then.
Did they have the public holiday specifically for the movie, or did they release the movie when they knew there'd be a public holiday?
Option 2.
Are you kidding?
So
I'd make a Miyazaki day for his last ever film.
July 17 was Marine Day holiday in Japan. Now, this is the thing, like we were talking about this on the advertising.
Yeah.
Like they said they weren't going to advertise it. And it's done okay. But if they had advertised it, I think they would have got more.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's interesting though as well because we discussed this in the group chat as well, is that Miyazaki was kind of worried about the fact that the studio wasn't going to do marketing for it just to see how it goes, because they were like, yeah, people are going to go see it anyway, which is true, as we have seen. But the fact that he was worried about it as well, I'm like, so that wasn't his choice.
Well, the interesting thing as well, it also opened simultaneously on IMAX with its general release date in Japan, which has never really happened for any of the animated films. It has earned more than Spirited Away in its first 4 days, and earned 50% more than his 2013 film The Wind Rises. And the film exceeded 1.7 million US from the 44 IMAX screens, which is a new 3-day opening record according to Deadline. So look, it's doing all right, and their point of saying, yeah, look, it'll do okay no matter what, is fair. But come on. Don't you want more money?
Well, the thing is, by saying that there's going to be no advertisement is advertisement.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
people will then say word of mouth, like, they're not advertising this. Did you hear how crazy is that?
That was the
true.
point as well. It's kind of like, it's like anti-advertising, but
Yeah.
it's like, and you know that social media is such a big factor now as well.
Exactly.
So a lot of people are going to want to go see this to review it because nobody knows what it's about. So instead of paying people to market, it's free advertising.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you what it's about. The story takes place during World War II, after Mahito loses his mother during the firebombing of Tokyo, and he and his father move to the countryside. There, Mahito's father gets remarried to his late mother's pregnant sister.
This is something that we already knew, though. It had been on IMDb kind of previously because it's based on a book.
Yeah. As Mahito struggles from this situation, he encounters a talking heron and enters another world based on a promise that he can meet his mother again. Sounds very Spirited Away, doesn't it? Just a smidge. Just a smidge. It's going to be good. Go see it. Do things. Yeah. Do things. You'll enjoy it. It's Ghibli. We don't have to really
say anything.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Anyway, let's move on to Zom 100, which is, for some reason, having its 4th episode delayed on a couple of streaming platforms. Now, this, for some reason, isn't affecting everyone. It seems to be that only some streaming services are getting it late. So I'll write out what it says here on the official tweet. So the official Twitter account for the anime has said that Thursday, the premiere of its 4th episode will be delayed to Monday, July 31st on the Crunchyroll, Hulu, and Netflix streaming services due to production circumstances. The anime's 4th episode will still air during its regular schedule in Japan on July 30, but is also similarly delayed on some Japanese streaming services. So it's going to go to air on Japanese broadcast TV, no problem. But I don't get it. Why? Like, is it just that there's been an issue with, like, exporting it and, like, a computer failure or something? Or, you know, because obviously you've got to export it to a very specific format for streaming services to support multi-language, subtitles and all that. But yeah, it's just a bit of an odd one. And there's nothing about COVID or anything like that in there. So who knows? Who knows? Alrighty, let's move on. Lupin the Third, of all things, is getting a live action film on October the 13th, and it's focusing just on Jigen.
Our boy Jiggity Jigen.
The gunman, the sharpshooter, the
cool boy.
Yeah. Well, there was a 2014 live action film as well, which I'm just like, I didn't know about that.
How did you not know about that?
I tend to avoid looking at live action because it just hurts me, as demonstrated today. So, yeah.
We should have, like, a worst live action tournament.
Like, find the worst?
Yeah, like...
Do a ranking system.
Yeah.
You need, like, a whole list. That should be a special.
Yeah, I think we should do a ranking.
That'd be fun.
That needs to be done. So anyway, this live action is basically going to be on Amazon Prime, and Amazon Studios are going to be involved directly in the production of it, and TMS are also involved in it. It's a original story about the cool, loyal, yet melancholy character from the Monkey Punch manga. And it looks cool,
I
but
always love hearing Monkey Punch.
I know, right? So in the new film story, Jigen senses something is off about his trusty combat magnum, his gun. So he visits Japan for the first time in years to search for the world's greatest gunsmith, who happens to run a watch shop. That's all you get.
Is it also going to be the same dude who made the Swordsman's Sword?
I hope so. Oh, I know the sword's passed down generation to generation. So,
well, maybe he's part of that bloodline.
Yeah, maybe. Now, Tamiyama, who is the main actor who's playing Jigen, he's playing him again. He was in a 2014 Lupin the Third film. And you are right, I didn't realize this was a thing. Like, original story film. Oh my god, Liger.
So yay!
He's doing a good
He wants to be
scream out
fed,
there.
but I'm wondering where Emma is because she's not got. Actually, I know where she is. She's deep
Playing The
inside Sims. Yeah. So it's basically gonna. This original 2014 film chronicled how the 5 main characters meet and became the Lupin crew. So it will introduce an original character, Lupin's nemesis, Michael Lee.
His nemesis is getting introduced.
In Michael. Yeah, okay, cool. So
don't you think
no
a
wonder we
nemesis would have
didn't
been
watch
long
this.
running?
Yeah, for the live action. So anyway, that's coming to Amazon. It may or may not be bad. So let's move on to something that may or may not be bad. There are 4 new episodes of the Naruto anime on the way, and Flow are going to perform the opening and ending themes for it. Now, Flow will be fine. Whether the episodes are good is another matter altogether. The website for the franchise confirmed it on Sunday last week that they'll be opening for those brand new episodes. And the opening theme will be a 20-year anniversary version of the band's song Go.
Yes!
And the ending theme will be a cover of Orange Ranger's song Viva Rock.
Yeah!
So those are the 2 original, aren't they?
Yeah!
So that's going to be new and I reckon they'll be hits.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a kid again.
The new episodes are celebrating the anime's 20th anniversary for the anime, not obviously the manga, and they will premiere on September 3rd and air weekly for over 4 consecutive weekends. So it's going to be good. It's for the old school Naruto fans. We're going to have fun times again.
Yeah, boy.
Nier Automata just had the final 3 episodes drop for its anime series. That was episodes 9 to 12, which landed on Sunday, I think, a week ago. Yep, they were really delayed.
Yeah,
the
that was
studio
like
got
2 seasons ago, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Trailer has confirmed that production on a second cour, so second season, has been greenlit. There is no actual confirmation on when that's happening. So the anime started on January 7th. They then delayed episodes 4 from January 28th to
Has
February
anybody
18.
watched it?
Yeah, it was really good.
I was watching it.
I was watching it as well. I really enjoyed it.
The episodes make you feel.
Yeah. And the anime production committee cited COVID-19 as the reason for the initial delay, and then they obviously delayed episodes 9 and beyond, citing the continued impact of COVID-19 infections on the production schedule. So obviously it swept through the studio. So, bit of a shame, but we've got it all now, and we know more's coming, so should be good.
Yeah, but if that's how long it took to get the final 3 episodes out, don't expect to see it until like 2027.
Well, it might have been a case that they couldn't get a slot in broadcast schedule for it.
Maybe.
Because that's, especially during an ongoing season, it's difficult to get those additional episodes back up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And Pokemon To Be a Master's anime is going to premiere on Netflix in the US, Latin America on September the 8th. So, the 4th batch of episodes commemorates Ash and Pikachu's adventures. It's going to be good. We've already watched it because we're dirty people on the high seas and have watched stuff using VPNs. Ta-da.
It'll be... Well, this is good for the kids.
Yeah.
Because then they can finally see the conclusion of Ash and Pikachu's journey. And they'll understand it instead of having to read it and being 3 years old and going, what's that word say?
Man, if they're 3 years old and have watched all 1,000 episodes, I'm proud of them.
Just keep the TV running.
That kid is a Pokemon master. But yeah, those are kind of the big things in the news at the moment. There have been a few other things like Cowboy Bebop's Shinichiro Watanabe and Mappa, along with Adult Swim, are producing Lazarus. That looks amazing. That's a new anime original series that's coming out. There's trailers for Armored Core, the game. That's nothing to do with anime.
For Junji Ito's Uzumaki.
Oh yeah. Actually, can we talk about that? That trailer. So a trailer has been released for Junji Ito's Uzumaki, which is
finally.
Yeah, we've been waiting for it, and it's all in black and white.
Oh,
and it looks
it's really,
amazing.
really
The animation's really
it's
good.
Like the feeling that you get when you watch the trailer is like you're reading the manga, and then suddenly everything starts to move.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
But it's not like Way of the House Husband did.
No.
No.
It's
It's moving.
It's like they've just went, we're just not going to use color.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think it's because this is a different studio as opposed to all the other ones they get them to do it with.
It like maintains the integrity of the original manga.
Yeah,
it
like
really,
the way
the art style is the same as well. They haven't tried to like polish it up or anything like that. It's
or in the case of the prior studio, dumb it down.
With the animation, they've sort of used a lot of momentum and art from the manga. Like when stuff starts spinning, you see the lines sort of drag like they do in manga.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for it. I think this will be the first time that Junji Ito's series will actually look good because it deserves it. Like, damn, it looks good. Yeah, I'll show you the picture from the trailer that they've got. It's a mini series.
Like seen it.
Yeah.
But they released like a proper trailer, and it's quite interesting.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited.
I wasn't expecting it to like, and especially because this was announced so long ago as well. So.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, but especially after seeing the trailer, it makes me feel like they've genuinely like put the effort into like every moment and every step. So.
But I mean, isn't this the case as well? Like all the previous studio times it was done, it was like the same studio. Like I want to say like JD Star.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. Sorry.
I have no idea. I don't even know where I am.
So it's being produced by Studio Drive, and from memory, Studio Drive helped with something good. I'm sorry.
This is low battery Kyle.
I wish I could tell you more, but I don't have brain cells. They just disappeared. And
So where did they go?
Nobody
Aaron
knows.
stole them
Aaron
and sold them for beans.
For beans.
The beans. Studio Drive were the studio that they got to do new Konosuba. And they're doing Uzumaki. They did Vlad Love, Actors, Songs Connect. Yeah. Second season of To Your Eternity.
Oh.
Yep. Tenpen, which is this season and a bit pervy. But the quality of their animation from everything they've done since being established has actually been really good. So that gives me hope. Studio Drive, very excited. They should do more things. I want them to do more things. That's where I'm going to end it. So yeah, thank you.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
Oh, perfect timing, little buddy.
Oh, Liger. Okay, that's what we are going to leave this things for this episode. I have to feed a cat, apparently. Thank you so much for listening. Next time, I think we might finally pull the pin. Are both of you two available next in Sunday in 2 weeks' time? Steve was like, I have no idea. Kira Lee's, I have no idea.
Yeah, as long as everyone's healthy.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Because if you are, then we can do the deep dive that we wanted to on card captors. Because we've been putting that off, and I think we need to do it.
What is today?
Today is the 30th of July.
When's tomorrow?
Yeah, I can do that Sunday.
You can do that Sunday? That's good.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure? Okay,
It
cool.
falls between all the events.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
I know, right?
preferably
What is
during
the
the
date?
day. I have it's the 13th of August. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have something that evening though.
Oh, that's fine. We'll do like a morning thing if people are good. All right. So next episode we are going to talk about card captors because yes,
Yes.
it is iconic.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's an opportunity to use the retro sting, so I'm always here for that.
Also, it kind of aligns with like the whole like Clamp anniversary. They did the Uniqlo kind of collaboration and stuff as well.
saw that. I want it.
Is it coming to Australia?
It should be. It just might be a bit later. So like, it's usually a couple of months between. So.
Excitement. Now, if you have enjoyed what you've heard, sorry, and we'd love for you to hit that subscribe button because you're clearly one of us.
One of us.
One of us. So you can join us for those future episodes. If you are listening on YouTube, there is a comment section there. And, oh no. Hit the like button too. Let us know your thoughts down there. And we should hopefully be back on YouTube with proper videos soon and potentially some live podcast episodes too as we get the studio finally set up. If you would like to support our channel, we do have a Patreon. You share extras such as episode outtakes, the pre-show, which we do every episode before the mics officially turn on, and it's trash.
Wait, you've been recording us the whole time?
Yes, we've been talking trash.
I gave out my credit card details.
Quick, if you want to get Aaron's credit card details, sign up now.
Give us your credit card details.
So if you can afford to support us, even $1 a month gets you access to the pre-show and those outtakes, and it would be greatly appreciated. And if you do want to join and follow us on social media, the Kawaii-Fi community is on all the things. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Discord.
Wait, we're on Threads?
Yes.
We are now.
Oh, goodness.
I just didn't want anyone to steal the Kawaii-Fi name and me have to try and get it back again.
Oh, yeah, good point.
So,
are we on X?
That is Twitter,
That's
so yes.
Twitter.
Oh.
I'm never going to call it whatever Elon wants to call it. It's Twitter. The bird might be dead, but I'm not calling it X. So, yeah. And also the short video service thing, TikTok.
Which Aaron has to hijack one day.
Yes, I do need to sort that out so my team can have access to it. But yeah, that's kind of it. As you can tell, I'm very tired. We've moved into the new house, the new studio. I've been building things all week, including learning how to do woodworking and leveling up my carpentry skills. So, yeah, if this was a game, I'd be useful, but it's not, so I'm not. Yeah.
Who's gonna tell him?
Tell me what? That life is a game?
No.
I'm too slow today to follow.
I know, this is what's making it fun.
Anyway, on that bombshell, you've been listening to Kawaii-Fi Radio. Thank you so much for joining us, and until next time,
watch some anime! I love you.